Welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thanks so much for tuning in here on Saturday, November 11th, one sleep away from the Jaguars hosting the San Francisco 49ers. Jags 6-2, winners of 5 straight. 49ers 5-3, losers of 3 straight games. Both teams coming off the bye week. This is a huge Week 10 matchup. It should not be a 1 p.m. game, but alas, it is. We're going to get into bold predictions right here, right now. Really appreciate y'all. If you enjoy the content here, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You can also check out genjag.com/shop and pick up some new Duval gear. Let's get into these bold predictions, starting it off with Calvin Ridley. I think that he's had a pretty good season for the Jaguars so far. Obviously, the numbers haven't been eye-popping, but the attention that he's been drawing, I do think has been helping the Jaguars offense. And then you look at some of his big performances. Obviously had a big performance week 1. He's had some big performances here and there. I think what he did against the Steelers was vital for the Jaguars offense. I thought that was a really good performance last time they went out there and stepped on the field. I've got Calvin Ridley drawing a DPI, at least one, on Charvarius Ward. Look, Calvin Ridley has been drawing defensive pass interference calls all year. He's been absolutely killing folks out there with the pass interference calls. And Charvarius Ward, he's been grabby this year, very grabby. So I think you're going to get at least one with the Jaguars' top receiver versus the 49ers' top corner getting his hands a little bit grabby. And Calvin Ridley drawing that pass interference. I've also got Calvin Ridley with 8 catches in this game. I think the 49ers, they have talked about it. Nick Bosa brought it up. They're going to try to kind of crowd the box. They're going to try to take away the quick game stuff, I think. And if you're going up against a team that's going to do that, and you know they're going to do that because Nick Bosa told you they're going to do that, I think you got to try to hit Calvin Ridley a little bit more in this game, a little bit more down the field action. And quite frankly, 49ers, I think they're most susceptible on defense right now in their secondary. Charvarius Ward not having his best season. He's been very grabby, obviously. Isaiah Oliver at nickel has not been playing his best football, obviously. And then Demadre Lenore, who I'm sure I just butchered his name, apologies, but he has not been playing his best season either. And then at safety, Talanoa Hufanga, playmaker. Tashawn Gibson, pretty good, up there in age. I do think that they're going to be able to get some shots to Calvin Ridley in the 10 to 25-yard range down the field for the Jaguars. I also think Travis Etienne is going to have a day. I think he's going to need to have a day because, look, the Jags offense has been dependent on him in a lot of ways for chunk plays, for touchdowns, for forcing missed tackles. And I think that he is going to force the second most missed tackles that he has in 2023. The 49ers have been missing more tackles than they usually do. And Etienne, he's going to be ready to rock. He's leading the league in total missed tackles forced right now. I think the only reason I don't have him having his best game of the year in regards to forcing missed tackles is because he had 13 forced missed tackles against Buffalo, which is just insane. I don't think I'm going to have him doing that much, but, probably flirting with 10 here as, again, the 49ers, they have a talented defense. They have a well-coached defense, in my opinion, but things have not been going very well for them as of late in the tackling department. I think Etienne's going to take advantage. This is a guy that he's about as difficult as it can be to tackle in the NFL right now. Travis Etienne. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, very good at avoiding tackles as well for the 49ers. But looking at the defensive side of the ball for the Jaguars, I think Devin Lloyd gets his interception. He has been so close in so many games. I think you watch some of what Brock Purdy has done. It's with the turnovers as of late. You've seen some linebackers getting their hands on the football. I think that Devin Lloyd, again, he has had no problem breaking up passes, but hauling it in with the cast has been a little difficult for him. I think he's going to go ahead and get his interception here against the San Francisco 49ers, a team that has been turning the ball over a lot. Brock Purdy has been putting the ball in harm's way a lot over the last 3 weeks. Devin Lloyd gets his interception, a guy that's been playing exceedingly well for the Jaguars in 2023. Trayvon Walker, I've also got him creating a turnover. For him, I've got a forced fumble. The 49ers right tackle, he's been struggling in pass pro at times, not consistently poor, but he has had some bad weeks. And I think Trayvon Walker is starting to ascend, starting to play better. Brock Purdy, he fumbles the ball a good amount as well, 49ers quarterback. So go get it, Trayvon Walker, in my opinion. And then talking about Josh Allen. This guy has been on an absolute tear for the Jaguars. one of the best pass rushers in football right now. He's going up against Trent Williams potentially. Trent Williams is questionable with the ankle. I think if Josh Allen and Trent Williams go head to head, Josh Allen still gets a sack in this game. And Josh Allen has, like I said, he's been on an absolute tear. Trent Williams dealing with the ankle injury. It's taking longer to heal than they expected, according to Kyle Shanahan. Trent Williams has only given up 2 sacks in the last 3 seasons, which is absolutely insane. Like, this is one of the best tackles of all time that we're talking about here, and Trent Williams. I still think Josh Allen goes and gets a sack against him. Less than 100% ankle. I think Josh, he's going to have himself a day. I think, Nick Bosa being on the other side, a guy who was in the same draft class as Josh Allen, a guy who folks have compared Josh Allen to in a negative light around here in Jacksonville before. I think Josh Allen has something to prove. Also, I think the Jaguars defense as a whole has something to prove. I don't think that they get the respect they deserve, quite frankly, with how they're playing football. The 49ers, they run a ton of 12 personnel, 22, 21 personnel, the big packages where you get, multiple tight ends, multiple running backs out there on the football field. They do that stuff more than anyone else, right? The Jaguars, though, they're best in base defense. They like to be in base defense, and they are big, fast bullies that are well coached. On that side of the ball, the Jaguars are. So I don't think that you're going to see the 49ers, jumbo personnel packages really having a lot of success against the Jaguars. The 49ers, they have a lot of success running those. Jaguars, they have a lot of success stopping those. Obviously, it's strength versus strength when you talk about this matchup here. I think it's going to be fun to watch, but I think the Jaguars, again, they're bigger, faster, stronger than almost every team they're playing. I think that's going to apply this week with those, 12, 22, 21, all that fun stuff. But I do think you see a couple coverage busts from the Jaguars in this game, and you just hope that they do not cost you 6 points, right? Hopefully, I'm wrong about this one. Hopefully the Jaguars defense comes out. They're on their P's and Q's. Communication is strong. And I think it will be for the most part throughout this game. But as we know, a couple blown coverages can really flip a ball game on its head. We saw that in week 3 when the Jaguars lost to the Texans, among other things, flipping that game on the head, missed field goals, allowing a fullback to return a touchdown, all that fun stuff. But offensively for the Texans in that game, most of their offense came off of 2 big blown coverages. Bobby Slowick comes from the Kyle Shanahan's coaching tree, runs the same type of system as Kyle Shanahan for the most part. Obviously, each coach has their own little tweaks and they call the games differently. But I think that you're going to see a couple coverage busts, and you just hope somebody can track down whoever catches the football in those situations. I think that, speaking of special teams, I think Jamal Agnew is going to make a game-changing return in this one. He is the 6th captain this week. The Jags special teams, I've been talking about it all week. It matters. It's been one of the best special teams units in football in 2023, from an entire, the whole picture of special teams, right? Field goal kicking, punting, kick returning, kick coverage. I think this week Jamal Agnew is going to make a game-changing return. Not necessarily a touchdown, but a play that certainly puts the Jaguars in a good situation and gives them some momentum going out onto the field in a critical situation. The 49ers, they are extremely well coached. They're extremely talented. They are desperate. Losers of 3 straight, trying to keep up in the NFC, trying to keep up in their own division. The Jaguars, they are not nearly as desperate as the 49ers, but they do have something to prove. There's still folks out there that do not buy into the Jaguars despite being a 6-2 football team. There's still a lot that they have to improve on as a team, right? We have not seen the best of the Jaguars so far in 2023 despite the 5-game winning streak. I think the Jaguars have the better head coach. I think they have the better defensive coordinator. And I think they have the better quarterback. Obviously, you would rather have Trevor Lawrence than Brock Purdy. I think Trevor Lawrence is playing better football right now than Brock Purdy. I've got the Jaguars winning this contest. I think it's a fantastic matchup, but they shut Nick Bosa up, shut some of the national pundits up. Trevor Lawrence plays some quarterback. I think they get this one. I think they win 26-17. They put the league on notice with a 7-2 record, 6 straight wins. They are such a talented and well-coached team, and they are going to show it on Sunday in front of their hometown fans, and Trent Baalke and Ethan Waugh. They're going to go beat their old team. Trent Baalke revenge game. I think it's going to be a good one. Sunday, 1 p.m. Cannot wait for it. The best matchup of the week, in my opinion. It's going to be awesome. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. Hit me up on Twitter at Jordan DeLugo. You can follow Generation Jaguar at Generation Jag. Hit that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Notification bell so you don't miss a show. Of course, check out genjag.com/shop. Pick up some new Duval gear. Y'all have a good weekend.